sack, sack, sack. They used up a sack of potatoes. They used up a sack of potatoes. Sad, sad, sad. We are very sad to hear that you are leaving. We are very sad to hear that you are leaving. Sadly, sadly, sadly. Sadly, after 8 years of marriage they had grown apart. Sadly, after 8 years of marriage they had grown apart. Sadness, sadness, sadness. He felt a deep sadness. He felt a deep sadness. Safe, safe, safe. Nobody is safe from suspicion at the moment. Nobody is safe from suspicion at the moment. Safely, safely, safely. The plane landed safely. The plane landed safely. Safety, safety, safety. I want to find a place where children can play in safety. I want to find a place where children can play in safety. Sailing, sailing, sailing. What time is the next sailing? What time is the next sailing? Sailor, sailor, sailor. Sailors visit many countries around the world. Sailors visit many countries around the world. Salad, salad, salad. I like eating salad. I like eating salad. Sail, sail, sail. She gets 10% commission on each sale. She gets 10% commission on each sale. Salt, salt, salt. He forgot to add salt to the meal. He forgot to add salt to the meal. Salty, salty, salty. He likes salty food. He likes salty food. Same, same, same. We have lived in the same house for 20 years. We have lived in the same house for 20 years. Sample, sample, sample. The interviews were given to a random sample of students. The interviews were given to a random sample of students. Sand, sand, sand. Concrete is a mixture of sand and cement. Concrete is a mixture of sand and cement. Satisfaction, satisfaction, satisfaction. She looked back on her career with great satisfaction. She looked back on her career with great satisfaction. Satisfied, satisfied, satisfied. She's never satisfied with what she has. She's never satisfied with what she has. Satisfy, satisfy, satisfy. Nothing satisfies him, he's always complaining. Nothing satisfies him, he's always complaining. Satisfying, satisfying, satisfying. It's satisfying to play a game really well. It's satisfying to play a game really well. Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. They don't go to school on Saturday. They don't go to school on Saturday. Sauce, sauce, sauce. He ordered chicken in hot sauce. He ordered chicken in hot sauce. Save, save, save. She saved a little girl from falling into the water. She saved a little girl from falling into the water. Saving, saving, saving. He put all his savings into buying a boat. He put all his savings into buying a boat. Say, say, say. That's a terrible thing to say. That's a terrible thing to say. Scale. 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 On a global scale, 77% of energy is created from fossil fuels. On a global scale, 77% of energy is created from fossil fuels. Scare. 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 It scared me to think I was alone in the building. It scared me to think I was alone in the building. Scared. 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 She is scared of going out alone. She is scared of going out alone. Scary. 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 It was a really scary moment. It was a really scary moment. Scene. 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 Firefighters were on the scene immediately. Firefighters were on the scene immediately. Schedule. 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 The new bridge has been finished 2 years ahead of schedule. The new bridge has been finished 2 years ahead of schedule. School. 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 Which school do they attend? Which school do they attend? Science. 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 He knows a lot about the laws of science. He knows a lot about the laws of science. Scientific. 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 His uncle was a great scientist who made many scientific discoveries. His uncle was a great scientist who made many scientific discoveries. Scientist. 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 He is a research scientist. He is a research scientist. Scissors. 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 He cut the paper using a pair of scissors. He cut the paper using a pair of scissors. Score. 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 What's the score now? What's the score now? Scratch. 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 John yawned and scratched his chin. John yawned and scratched his chin. Scream. 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 He covered her mouth to stop her from screaming. He covered her mouth to stop her from screaming. Screen. 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 They were staring at the television screen. They were staring at the television screen. Screw. 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 One of the screws is loose. One of the screws is loose. See. 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 We left port and headed for the open sea. We left port and headed for the open sea. Seal. 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 Make sure you've signed the check before sealing the envelope. Make sure you've signed the check before sealing the envelope. Search. 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 She went into the kitchen in search of a drink. She went into the kitchen in search of a drink. Season. 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 Summer is the season when we have the school holiday. Summer is the season when we have the school holiday. Seat. 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 Would you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat? Would you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat? Second. 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 He was the second to arrive. He was the second to arrive. Secondary. 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 Experience is what matters. Age is of secondary importance. Experience is what matters. Age is of secondary importance. Secret. 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 He tried to keep it secret from his family. He tried to keep it secret from his family. secretary, secretary, secretary. Please contact my secretary to make an appointment. Please contact my secretary to make an appointment. Section, section, section. That section of the road is still closed. That section of the road is still closed. Sector, sector, sector. The manufacturing sector needs much effort from the government. The manufacturing sector needs much effort from the government. Secure, secure, secure. At last, they were able to feel secure about the future. At last, they were able to feel secure about the future. Security, security, security. The visit took place amid tight security. The visit took place amid tight security. See, see, see. Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? Seed, seed, seed. These vegetables can be grown from seed. These vegetables can be grown from seed. Seam, seam, seam. People aren't always what they seem to be. People aren't always what they seem to be. Select, select, select. He hasn't been selected for the team. He hasn't been selected for the team. Selection, selection, selection. A selection of readers' comments is published below. A selection of readers' comments is published below. Self, self, self. He's not his usual happy self this morning. He's not his usual happy self this morning. Sell, sell, sell. We offered them a good price but they wouldn't sell. We offered them a good price but they wouldn't sell. Semester, semester, semester. The spring semester starts on April 22nd. The spring semester starts on April 22nd. Senate, Senate, Senate. He is a member of the Senate. He is a member of the Senate. Senator, senator, senator. She has served as a Democratic senator for North Carolina since 2009. She has served as a Democratic senator for North Carolina since 2009. Send, send, send. I will send him an urgent email. I will send him an urgent email. Senior, senior, senior. I have 10 years experience at senior management level. I have 10 years experience at senior management level. Sense, sense, sense. Dogs have a keen sense of smell. Dogs have a keen sense of smell. Sensible, sensible, sensible. I think that's a very sensible idea. I think that's a very sensible idea. Sensitive, sensitive, sensitive. She is very sensitive to other people's feelings. She is very sensitive to other people's feelings. Sentence, sentence, sentence. The prisoner has served his sentence and will be released tomorrow. The prisoner has served his sentence and will be released tomorrow. Separate, separate, separate. The school is housed in two separate buildings. The school is housed in two separate buildings. Separated, separated, separated. Her parents are separated but not divorced. Her parents are separated but not divorced. Separately, separately, Separately. They were photographed separately and then as a group. They were photographed separately and then as a group. Separation. 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 The state's eventual separation from the Federation is approaching. The state's eventual separation from the Federation is approaching. September. 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 September is the 9th month of the year. September is the 9th month of the year. Series. 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 The first episode of the new series is on Saturday. The first episode of the new series is on Saturday. Serious. 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 It's time to give serious consideration to this matter. It's time to give serious consideration to this matter. Seriously. 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 Smoking can seriously damage your health. Smoking can seriously damage your health. Servant. 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 They treat their mother like a servant. They treat their mother like a servant. Serve. 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 Breakfast is served between 7 and 10 a.m. Breakfast is served between 7 and 10 a.m. Service. 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 The government aims to improve public services, especially education. The government aims to improve public services, especially education. Session. 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 The course is made up of 12 two-hour sessions. The course is made up of 12 two-hour sessions. Set. 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 She set a tray down on the table. She set a tray down on the table. Settle. 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 It's time you settled your differences with your father. It's time you settled your differences with your father. Several. 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 Several letters arrived this morning. Several letters arrived this morning. Severe. 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 The party suffered severe losses during the last election. The party suffered severe losses during the last election. So. 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 My mother taught me how to sew. My mother taught me how to sew. Shade. 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 We sat down in the shade of the wall. We sat down in the shade of the wall. Shadow. 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 The children were having fun, chasing each other's shadows. The children were having fun, chasing each other's shadows. Shame. 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 His face burned with shame. His face burned with shame. Shape. 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 The pool was in the shape of a heart. The pool was in the shape of a heart. Shaped. 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 It is a huge balloon shaped like a giant cow. It is a huge balloon shaped like a giant cow. Share. 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 He shares a house with 3 other students. He shares a house with 3 other students. Sharp. 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 The knife is sharp. The knife is sharp. Sharply. 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 Is there a problem? He asked sharply. Is there a problem? He asked sharply. Shave. 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 The nurse washed and shaved him. The nurse washed and shaved him. She. 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 What does your sister do? She's a dentist. What does your sister do? She's a dentist. Sheep. 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 Sheep were grazing in the fields. Sheep were grazing in the fields. Sheet. 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 Start each answer on a fresh sheet. Start each answer on a fresh sheet. Shelf. 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 The book I wanted was on the top shelf. The book I wanted was on the top shelf. Shell. 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 We collected shells on the beach. We collected shells on the beach. Shelter. 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 Human beings need food, clothing, and shelter. Human beings need food, clothing, and shelter. Shift. 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 The action of the novel shifts from Paris to London. The action of the novel shifts from Paris to London. Shine. 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 A light was shining in the distance. A light was shining in the distance. Shiny. 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 His face was red and shiny. His face was red and shiny. Ship. 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 There are 2 restaurants on board the ship. There are 2 restaurants on board the ship. Shirt. 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 He bought a cotton shirt. He bought a cotton shirt. Shock. 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 The news of my promotion came as a shock. The news of my promotion came as a shock. Shocking. 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 It is shocking that they involved children in the crime. It is shocking that they involved children in the crime. Shoes. 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 He took his shoes and socks off. He took his shoes and socks off. Shoot. 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 Don't shoot, I surrender. Don't shoot, I surrender. Shooting. 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 Terrorist groups claimed responsibility for the shootings and bomb attacks. Terrorist groups claimed responsibility for the shootings and bomb attacks. Shop. 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 There's a little gift shop around the corner. There's a little gift shop around the corner. Shopping. 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 Where do you usually do your shopping? Where do you usually do your shopping? Short. 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 He had short curly hair. He had short curly hair. Shortly. 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 I bought a new umbrella but lost it shortly afterward. I bought a new umbrella but lost it shortly afterward. Shot. 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 The man fired several shots from his pistol. The man fired several shots from his pistol. Should. 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 He should have been more careful. He should have been more careful. Shoulder. 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 He carried the child on his shoulders. He carried the child on his shoulders. Shout. 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 She shouted at him to shut the gate. She shouted at him to shut the gate. Show. 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 This shows how people are influenced by TV advertisements. This shows how people are influenced by TV advertisements. Shower. 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 He's in the shower. He's in the shower. Shut. 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 I can't shut my suitcase, it's too full. I can't shut my suitcase, it's too full. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. The theater shut down after more than half a century. The theater shut down after more than half a century. Shy. 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 Don't be shy, come and say hello. Don't be shy, come and say hello. Sick. 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 Her mother's very sick. Her mother's very sick. Side. 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 They crossed from one side of the city to the other. They crossed from one side of the city to the other. Sideways. 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 He looked sideways at her. He looked sideways at her. Sight. 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 She has very good sight. She has very good sight. Sign. 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 Headaches may be a sign of stress. Headaches may be a sign of stress. Signal. 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 At an agreed signal they left the room. At an agreed signal they left the room. Signature. 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 Someone had forged her signature on the check. Someone had forged her signature on the check. Significant. 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 Your work has shown a significant improvement. Your work has shown a significant improvement. Significantly. 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 Your decision will significantly affect your future. Your decision will significantly affect your future. Silence. 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 I need absolute silence when I'm working. I need absolute silence when I'm working. Silent. 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 As the curtain rose, the audience fell silent. As the curtain rose, the audience fell silent. Silk. 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 This dress is made of silk. This dress is made of silk. Silly. 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 Her work is full of silly mistakes. Her work is full of silly mistakes. Silver. 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 The ring is made of silver. The ring is made of silver. Similar. 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 We have very similar interests. We have very similar interests. Similarly. 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 Husband and wife were similarly successful in their chosen careers. Husband and wife were similarly successful in their chosen careers. Simple. 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 The answer is really quite simple. The answer is really quite simple. Simply. 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 Simply add hot water and stir. Simply add hot water and stir. Since. 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 She's been off work since Tuesday. She's been off work since Tuesday. Sincere. 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 Please, accept our sincere thanks. Please, accept our sincere thanks. Sincerely. 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 I sincerely believe that this is the right decision. I sincerely believe that this is the right decision. Sing. 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 He was singing softly to the baby. He was singing softly to the baby. Singer. singer, singer. She's a wonderful singer. She's a wonderful singer. Singing, singing, singing. The sound of singing came from the kitchen. The sound of singing came from the kitchen. Single, single, single. I couldn't understand a single word she said. I couldn't understand a single word she said. Sink, sink, sink. The wheels started to sink into the mud. The wheels started to sink into the mud. Sir, sir, sir. Are you ready to order, sir? Are you ready to order, sir? Sister, sister, sister. Do you have any brothers or sisters? Do you have any brothers or sisters? Sit, sit, sit. It's too cold to sit outside. It's too cold to sit outside. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Come in and sit yourselves down. Come in and sit yourselves down. Site, site, site. A site has been chosen for the new school. A site has been chosen for the new school. Situation, situation, situation. We have all been in similar embarrassing situations. We have all been in similar embarrassing situations. Size, size, size. Dogs come in all shapes and sizes. Dogs come in all shapes and sizes. Skill, skill, skill. The job requires skill and an eye for detail. The job requires skill and an eye for detail. Skilled, skilled, skilled. She is highly skilled at dealing with difficult customers. She is highly skilled at dealing with difficult customers. Skillful, skillful, skillful. He is a skillful player. He is a skillful player. Skin, skin, skin. He has dark skin. He has dark skin. Skirt, skirt, skirt. She is wearing a long skirt. She is wearing a long skirt. Sky, sky, sky. The sky is cloudy. The sky is cloudy. Sleep, sleep, sleep. I couldn't sleep because of the noise. I couldn't sleep because of the noise. Sleeve, sleeve, sleeve. He rolled up his sleeves and washed his hands. He rolled up his sleeves and washed his hands. Slice, slice, slice. Cut the meat into thin slices. Cut the meat into thin slices. Slide, slide, slide. The drawers slide in and out easily. The drawers slide in and out easily. Slight, slight, slight. I woke up with a slight headache. I woke up with a slight headache. Slightly, slightly, slightly. Are you worried? Only slightly. Are you worried? Only slightly. Slip, slip, slip. As I ran up the stairs, my foot slipped and I fell. As I ran up the stairs, my foot slipped and I fell. Slope, slope, slope. The town is built on a slope. The town is built on a slope. Slow, slow, slow. Progress was slower than expected. Progress was slower than expected. Slowly, Slowly. Slowly. Please could you speak more slowly? Please could you speak more slowly? Small. 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 That dress is too small for you. That dress is too small for you. Smart. 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 She's smarter than her brother. She's smarter than her brother. Smash. 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 He smashed the radio to pieces. He smashed the radio to pieces. Smell. 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 What does the perfume smell like? What does the perfume smell like? Smile. 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 He smiled with relief. He smiled with relief. Smoking. 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 He's trying to give up smoking. He's trying to give up smoking. Smooth. 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 This lotion will make your skin feel soft and smooth. This lotion will make your skin feel soft and smooth. Smoothly. 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 The engine was running smoothly. The engine was running smoothly. Snake. 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 I hate snakes. I hate snakes. Snow. 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 The snow was beginning to melt. The snow was beginning to melt. So. 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 Don't look so angry. Don't look so angry. Soap. 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 Wash your hands with soap and water. Wash your hands with soap and water. Social. 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 There's a call for social and economic change. There's a call for social and economic change. Socks. 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 He bought a pair of new socks. He bought a pair of new socks. Soft. 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 The grass was soft and springy. The grass was soft and springy. Softly. 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 She closed the door softly behind her. She closed the door softly behind her. Software. 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 Will the software run on my machine? Will the software run on my machine? Soil. 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 This plant needs fertile soil. This plant needs fertile soil. Soldier. 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 Our soldiers are brave. Our soldiers are brave. Solid. 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 The planet Jupiter may have no solid surface at all. The planet Jupiter may have no solid surface at all. Solution. 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 There's no simple solution to this problem. There's no simple solution to this problem. Solve. 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 You can't solve anything by just running away. You can't solve anything by just running away. Some. 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 Have some more vegetables. Have some more vegetables. Somebody. 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 Somebody should have told me. Somebody should have told me. Somehow. 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 We must stop him from doing this somehow. We must stop him from doing this somehow. Something. 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 We stopped for something to eat. We stopped for something to eat. Sometimes. 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 Sometimes I go by car. Sometimes I go by car. Somewhat. 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 I was somewhat surprised to see him. I was somewhat surprised to see him. Somewhere. 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 I've seen him somewhere before. I've seen him somewhere before. Son. 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 We have 2 sons and a daughter. We have 2 sons and a daughter. Soon. 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 We sang a song together. We sang a song together. Sore. 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 His feet were sore after the walk. His feet were sore after the walk. Sorry. 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 We're sorry to hear that your father's in the hospital again. We're sorry to hear that your father's in the hospital again. Sort. 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 He's the sort of person who only cares about money. He's the sort of person who only cares about money. Soul. 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 There was a feeling of restlessness deep in her soul. There was a feeling of restlessness deep in her soul. Sound. 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 She heard the sound of footsteps outside. She heard the sound of footsteps outside. Soup. 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 He ordered chicken soup. He ordered chicken soup. Sour. 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 The taste of the lemon is sour. The taste of the lemon is sour. Source. 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 What is their main source of income? What is their main source of income? South. 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 Which way is south? Which way is south? Southern. 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 He went to the southern slopes of the mountains. He went to the southern slopes of the mountains. Space. 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 We must make good use of the available space. We must make good use of the available space. Spare. 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 We have a spare bedroom if you'd like to stay. We have a spare bedroom if you'd like to stay. Speak. 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 The president refused to speak to the waiting journalists. The president refused to speak to the waiting journalists. Speaker. 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 He was a guest speaker at the conference. He was a guest speaker at the conference. Special. 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 This type of wood needs special treatment. This type of wood needs special treatment. Specialist. 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 You need to see a specialist. You need to see a specialist. Specially. 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 We came specially to see you. We came specially to see you. Species. 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 This area will be a conservation for endangered species. This area will be a conservation for endangered species. Specific. 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 I gave you specific instructions. I gave you specific instructions. Specifically. 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 I specifically told you not to go near the water. I specifically told you not to go near the water. Speech. 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 He gave a speech on human rights. He gave a speech on human rights. Speed. 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 There are speed restrictions on this road. There are speed restrictions on this road. Speed up. Speed up. Speed up. They have speeded up production of the new car. They have speeded up production of the new car. Spell. 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 How do you spell your surname? How do you spell your surname? Spelling. 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 His spelling is terrible. His spelling is terrible. Spend. 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 I've spent all my money already. I've spent all my money already. Spice. 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 It's a small spice jar. It's a small spice jar. Spider. 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 I'm frightened of spiders. I'm frightened of spiders. Spill. 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 I managed to carry 3 full glasses without spilling a drop. I managed to carry 3 full glasses without spilling a drop. Spin. 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 The plane was spinning out of control. The plane was spinning out of control. Spirit. 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 Although the team lost, they played with tremendous spirit. Although the team lost, they played with tremendous spirit. Spiritual. 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 To the whole country, he is considered a spiritual leader. To the whole country, he is considered a spiritual leader. Spite. 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 I'm sure he only said it out of spite. I'm sure he only said it out of spite. Split. 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 She split the class into groups of 4. She split the class into groups of 4. Split up. Split up. Split up. His parents split up last year. His parents split up last year. Spoil. 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 Don't let him spoil your evening. Don't let him spoil your evening. Spoon. 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 Use a wooden spoon to mix the ingredients. Use a wooden spoon to mix the ingredients. Sport. 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 I like sport. I like sport. Spot. 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 The male bird has a red spot on its beak. The male bird has a red spot on its beak. Spray. 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 A cloud of fine spray came up from the waterfall. A cloud of fine spray came up from the waterfall. Spread. 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 The bird spread its wings. The bird spread its wings. Spring. 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 There's a feeling of spring in the air today. There's a feeling of spring in the air today. Square. 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 The room is square. The room is square. Squeeze. 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 He squeezed the tube of toothpaste. He squeezed the tube of toothpaste. Stable. 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 The patient's condition is stable. The patient's condition is stable. Staff. 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 We have around 100 part-time staff. We have around 100 part-time staff. Stage. 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 The product is at the design stage. The product is at the design stage. Stairs. 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 He ran down the stairs. He ran down the stairs. Stamp. 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 He has been collecting stamps since he was 8. He has been collecting stamps since he was 8. Stand. 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 She was too weak to stand. She was too weak to stand. Standard. 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 We aim to maintain high standards of customer care. We aim to maintain high standards of customer care. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. There were no seats left, so I had to stand up. There were no seats left, so I had to stand up. Star. 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 The North Star is the brightest star in the sky. The North Star is the brightest star in the sky. Stare. 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 I screamed and everyone stared. I screamed and everyone stared. Start. 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 He's just started a new job. He's just started a new job. Start up. Start up. Start up. Start up the engines. Start up the engines. State. 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 He was in a state of permanent depression. He was in a state of permanent depression. Statement. 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 Your statement is misleading. Your statement is misleading. Station. 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 I get off at the next station. I get off at the next station. Statue. 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 There's a big statue in front of the station. There's a big statue in front of the station. Status. 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 They were granted refugee status. They were granted refugee status. Stay. 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 Stay there and don't move. Stay there and don't move. Steady. 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 We are making slow but steady progress. We are making slow but steady progress. Steal. 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 I'll report you to the police if I catch you stealing again. I'll report you to the police if I catch you stealing again. Steam. 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 Steam rose from the boiling kettle. Steam rose from the boiling kettle. Steel. 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 The frame is made of steel. The frame is made of steel. Steep. 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 The hill is steep. The hill is steep. Steer. 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 You row and I'll steer. You row and I'll steer. Step. 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 We heard steps outside. We heard steps outside. Stick. 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 The boys were throwing sticks and stones at the dog. The boys were throwing sticks and stones at the dog. Stick out. Stick out. Stick out. They wrote the notice in big red letters so that it would stick out. They wrote the notice in big red letters so that it would stick out. Stick together. Stick together. Stick together. We were the only Americans in the town, so we tended to stick together. We were the only Americans in the town, so we tended to stick together. Sticky. sticky, sticky. Stir in the milk to make a soft but not sticky dough. Stir in the milk to make a soft but not sticky dough. Stiff, stiff, stiff. The presents were put in stiff cardboard boxes. The presents were put in stiff cardboard boxes. Still, still, still. There's still time to change your mind. There's still time to change your mind. Sting, sting, sting. I was stung on the arm by a wasp. I was stung on the arm by a wasp. Stir, stir, stir. Stir the paint before you use it. Stir the paint before you use it. Stock, stock, stock. I'm afraid we're temporarily out of stock. I'm afraid we're temporarily out of stock. Stomach, stomach, stomach. You shouldn't exercise on a full stomach. You shouldn't exercise on a full stomach. Stone, stone, stone. This wall is made of stone. This wall is made of stone. Stop, stop, stop. The car stopped at the traffic lights. The car stopped at the traffic lights. Store, store, store. Is there a department store in the street? Is there a department store in the street? Storm, storm, storm. A few minutes later the storm broke. A few minutes later the storm broke. Story, story, story. Would you like me to tell you a story? Would you like me to tell you a story? Stove, stove, stove. She put a pan of water on the stove. She put a pan of water on the stove. Straight, straight, straight. Keep straight on for 2 miles. Keep straight on for 2 miles. Strain, strain, strain. Their marriage is under great strain at the moment. Their marriage is under great strain at the moment. Strange, strange, strange. A strange thing happened this morning. A strange thing happened this morning. Strangely, strangely, strangely. The house was strangely quiet. The house was strangely quiet. Stranger, stranger, stranger. We've told our daughter not to speak to strangers. We've told our daughter not to speak to strangers. Strategy, strategy, strategy. It's all part of an overall strategy to gain promotion. It's all part of an overall strategy to gain promotion. Stream, stream, stream. We crossed a shallow stream. We crossed a shallow stream. Street, street, street. It's not safe to walk the streets at night. It's not safe to walk the streets at night. Strength, strength, strength. He pushed against the rock with all his strength. He pushed against the rock with all his strength. Stress, stress, stress. Things can easily go wrong when people are under stress. Things can easily go wrong when people are under stress. Stressed, stressed, stressed. He was feeling very stressed and tired. He was feeling very stressed and tired. Stretch, stretch, stretch. This sweater has stretched. This sweater has stretched. Strict, strict, strict. She left strict instructions that she was not to be disturbed. She left strict instructions that she was not to be disturbed. Strictly. 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 She was brought up very strictly. She was brought up very strictly. Strike. 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 The child ran into the road and was struck by a car. The child ran into the road and was struck by a car. Striking. 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 She bears a striking resemblance to her older sister. She bears a striking resemblance to her older sister. String. 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 The key is hanging on a string by the door. The key is hanging on a string by the door. Strip. 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 I stripped and washed myself all over. I stripped and washed myself all over. Stripe. 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 The zebra has black and white stripes. The zebra has black and white stripes. Striped. 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 He bought a blue and white striped jacket. He bought a blue and white striped jacket. Stroke. 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 What a beautiful stroke. What a beautiful stroke. Strong. 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 He's strong enough to lift a car. He's strong enough to lift a car. Structure. 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 You should study the grammatical structures of the language. You should study the grammatical structures of the language. Struggle. 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 They struggled just to pay their bills. They struggled just to pay their bills. Student. 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 She's a student at Cairo University. She's a student at Cairo University. Studio. 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 Everyone in the studio is busy. They will be on air soon. Everyone in the studio is busy. They will be on air soon. Study. 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 Physiology is the study of how living things work. Physiology is the study of how living things work. Stuff. 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 What's all that sticky stuff on the carpet? What's all that sticky stuff on the carpet? Stupid. 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 I was stupid enough to believe him. I was stupid enough to believe him. Style. 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 I like your style. I like your style. Subject. 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 I have nothing more to say on the subject. I have nothing more to say on the subject. Substance. 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 There's a sticky substance. There's a sticky substance. Substantial. 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 There are substantial differences between the two groups. There are substantial differences between the two groups. Substantially. 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 The costs have increased substantially. The costs have increased substantially. Substitute. 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 The course teaches you the theory, but there's no substitute for practical experience. The course teaches you the theory, but there's no substitute for practical experience. Succeed. 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 Our plan succeeded. Our plan succeeded. Success. 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 What's the secret of your success? What's the secret of your success? Successful. 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 They were successful in winning the contract. They were successful in winning the contract. Suck. 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 The baby was sucking up milk through a straw. The baby was sucking up milk through a straw. Sudden. 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 Don't make any sudden movements. Don't make any sudden movements. Suddenly. 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 I suddenly realized what I had to do. I suddenly realized what I had to do. Suffer. 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 I hate to see animals suffering. I hate to see animals suffering. 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 This war has caused widespread human suffering. This war has caused widespread human suffering. Sufficient. 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 One dose should be sufficient. One dose should be sufficient. Sugar. 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 This juice contains no added sugar. This juice contains no added sugar. Suggest. 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 I suggested going in my car. I suggested going in my car. Suggestion. 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 Can I make a suggestion? Can I make a suggestion? Suit. 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 He is wearing a nice suit. He is wearing a nice suit. Suitable. 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 This program is not suitable for children. This program is not suitable for children. Some. 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 Huge sums have been invested in this project. Huge sums have been invested in this project. Summary. 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 In summary, this was a disappointing performance. In summary, this was a disappointing performance. Summer. 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 It's very hot here in summer. It's very hot here in summer. Sun. 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 The sun was shining and birds were singing. The sun was shining and birds were singing. Sunday. 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 He doesn't go to school on Friday. He doesn't go to school on Friday. Superior. 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 The enemy won because of their superior numbers. The enemy won because of their superior numbers. Supermarket. 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 I only shop at this supermarket. I only shop at this supermarket. Supply. 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 The water supply is unsafe. The water supply is unsafe. Supporter. 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 He is a supporter of civil rights. He is a supporter of civil rights. Suppose. 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 Prices will go up, I suppose. Prices will go up, I suppose. Sure. 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 I'm sure he's still alive. I'm sure he's still alive. Surely. 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 Surely, we should do something about it. Surely, we should do something about it. Surface. 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 We need a flat surface to play this game on. We need a flat surface to play this game on. Surgery. 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 He will require surgery on his left knee. He will require surgery on his left knee. Surprise. 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 What a nice surprise. What a nice surprise. Surprised. 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 She looked surprised when I told her. She looked surprised when I told her. Surprising. 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 A surprising number of people came. A surprising number of people came. Surround. 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 Tall trees surround the lake. Tall trees surround the lake. Surrounding. 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 From the top of the hill, you can see all the surrounding countryside. From the top of the hill, you can see all the surrounding countryside. Surroundings. 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 The buildings have been designed to blend in with their surroundings. The buildings have been designed to blend in with their surroundings. Survey. 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 A recent survey showed 75% of those questioned were in favor of the plan. A recent survey showed 75% of those questioned were in favor of the plan. Survive. 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 How are you these days? Oh, surviving. How are you these days? Oh, surviving. Suspect. 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 If you suspect a gas leak, do not strike a match or even turn on an electric light. If you suspect a gas leak, do not strike a match or even turn on an electric light. Suspicion. 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 It's time to confront him with our suspicions. It's time to confront him with our suspicions. Suspicious. 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 They became suspicious of his behavior and contacted the police. They became suspicious of his behavior and contacted the police. Swallow. 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 Always chew food well before swallowing it. Always chew food well before swallowing it. Swear. 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 Why did you let him swear at you like that? Why did you let him swear at you like that? Sweat. 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 Their bodies were soaked in sweat. Their bodies were soaked in sweat. Sweater. 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 He is wearing a sweater. He is wearing a sweater. Sweep. 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 I sometimes sweep the floor. I sometimes sweep the floor. Swelling. 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 Use ice to reduce the swelling. Use ice to reduce the swelling. Swim. 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 How long will it take her to swim the length of the lake? How long will it take her to swim the length of the lake? Swimming. 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 Swimming is a good form of exercise. Swimming is a good form of exercise. Swimming pool. Swimming pool. Swimming pool. She trained 5 times a week at her local swimming pool. She trained 5 times a week at her local swimming pool. Swing. 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 His arms swung as he walked. His arms swung as he walked. Switch. 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 Which switch do I press to turn it off? Which switch do I press to turn it off? Swollen, swollen, swollen. Her eyes were red and swollen from crying. Her eyes were red and swollen from crying. Symbol, symbol, symbol. Nelson Mandela became a symbol of the anti-apartheid struggle. Nelson Mandela became a symbol of the anti-apartheid struggle. Sympathetic, sympathetic, sympathetic. She was very sympathetic when I was sick. She was very sympathetic when I was sick. Sympathy, sympathy, sympathy. I wish he'd show me a little more sympathy. I wish he'd show me a little more sympathy. System, system, system. The transportation system needs some improvement. The transportation system needs some improvement.